Hi guys, I'm Lindsay, this is Sherman, and this is Perfectly Bookish. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 of my favorite books that I own. So Sherman's going to be doing some of this video with me because he did not want to be put down, and I mean, he's so cute to look at. It's cuddle time with Sherman and talking about books. First book I'm going to talk about is Crank by Hopkins. This book is special because when I first started getting back into reading in 2015, my friend Amanda and I went to Half Price Books. Now, I have been in Half Price bookstores before, but this was the first time I was really looking for stuff to read, to add to my collection, find new authors, and all that fun stuff. I bought 3 books that day. Crank, Poison by Sarah Pinborough, and Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. The reason I am talking about Crank and not the other 2 books is because, well, Maybe Someday is my least favorite Colleen Hoover book, but that's another story. The book Poison, it was a cover buy. I found the cover really gorgeous and I did enjoy the book. It is a evil twist on a fairy tale, but out of the 3, Ellen Hopkins has just really become one of my favorite authors. Well, so has Colleen Hoover, but out of the 3, this book just means more than the other 2 for me. I had no idea who Ellen was at the time, what this book was about. I just liked the odd shape and how the book is written. Ellen writes differently than other authors, and so it just really intrigued me. And now, like I said, Ellen has become one of my favorite authors, and when Ellen was on her tour for the book People Kill People, she actually came to my town, and I could have brought a lot more books, but I wanted to be respectful of her and other people. I just brought 5 books with me. This had to be one of them, and I am so lucky I was able to get this signed by her, and that is why this just holds a special place in my heart. Getting back into the love of reading again, and I'm just so happy that, like, my first trip out there, I found one of my new favorite authors. This book is Enticed by Rachel Van Dyken, and this book is special to me because my friends, I believe when they went to Book Bonanza when it was in Colorado, they asked Rachel to sign it for me, and there is a happy birthday message in it. So just the fact that my friends went out of their way, asked to get a book signed for me when they're already bringing loads and loads of books of their own to get signed, and the fact that it says happy birthday, that is why this book is special to me. Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This book is super special to me because this is when I got to meet Cassandra. I got to meet Cassandra at 2016 BookCon, and I didn't bring any books of mine to be signed by her because the website said that you had to buy one of her books if you want to get a signature. And oh, hi Sherm. Wearing black and holding the cat hair all over me now. It was my first time attending BookCon, so I was just kind of going off of what I was reading from the rules, and I didn't realize you could bring other books as well, and we ended up being, my friends were in the line with me. We were towards the end of the line because I had a signing right before Cassandra's, so we couldn't get in her line and wait. But there, when we got up to the line, there wasn't a whole lot of books left to choose from, and I wanted to go with something that I didn't already have in my collection, and I didn't have any of the new versions of this series, and Clockwork Angel is my favorite in the series. This is my first ever Shadowhunter book, and what really also was something I read when I first started getting into reading again. These were some of the first books I got from the library, and I just love Clockwork Angel. The Frail Devices are my favorite Shadowhunter novels. But the fact that I got to meet Cassandra, she talked about my shirt when I had a special Shadowhunter shirt that I made that I was wearing, and I had a necklace that had different fandoms, and we just got to talk for a while, and just everything wrapped up in that memory when I look at this book, and this book is just super, super special to me. Another book that is really special to me is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas, and this is the last book in her Throne of Glass series. I got to meet Sarah at a Polycon, and I actually got to meet her twice. If you don't know, Sarah has some problems with her wrist, and she can only sign so many things at a time or in a certain time span before it just really starts to bother her. So at a Polycon, before you go to the event, if you want a chance at meeting her, you could put your name in a lottery to try to get the chance to meet her. Sorry, I feel like I have cat hair on my chin. I have gone to a Polycon twice and was fortunate enough to get my name pulled from the lottery both times. The first year I got pulled right away. The second year I did not, but some people who were going to go to a Polycon I think backed out, and they had actually won the opportunity to meet Sarah, so they had to redraw some names, and I got pulled later down the line, which was super exciting. And the first book I got signed by her was Empire of Storms, but this one I think is just a little more special to me because it's the last book of the series and it is my favorite book. Such an epic conclusion to the series. And also, while I met her this time, I was wearing a ACOTAR shirt, and it has the characters' names on it, and at the bottom is Tamlin's name, and Tamlin's name is crossed off. So Sarah got a kick out of that, and it was just a fun conversation starter. And I mean, she's such a great person, great writer, and I am just very fortunate to have had the opportunity to meet her twice and get this book signed. Lastly, this is probably at the top of my list of favorite books that I own. I keep it in a box because I don't want it to get damaged. This is actually how it was given to me. I got this for my 30th birthday from my parents. Still even have it in bubble wrap. Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks. Inside it's super special because it even says happy 30th birthday, and yeah, I just was in awe when I got the book. I was so excited. My parents made sure I opened it last on my birthday. So my parents travel to North Carolina almost every year. They've been doing that for quite some time. Now it's one of their favorite places to vacation. And for those of you who don't know, Nicholas Sparks, he lives down there. A lot of his stories take place at different locations around there. He's even known to fly the actors and actresses who play parts in his movies. He flies them down to spend some time to get to know the area and really dive deeper into the characters that they are playing. So one year, my parents actually went around searching for, there's a shop, a Nicholas Sparks Foundation, and actually they gave me some information. Gosh, I have cat hair all over now, guys. Plucking it off. The Nicholas Sparks Foundation, and there's also a map for a Walk to Remember tour and just some other information. And my parents kept trying to get into the store, but every time they went, it just happened to be closed. It's ran by volunteers, so it's open when a volunteer can be there. Then on the day they were starting to drive back home, they tried the shop one more time and someone was actually there. They talked to a woman who gave them the information. She was trying to give them some tips of where Mr. Sparks may be if they were in town a little longer, like a favorite restaurant, just in case they may have crossed paths with him along the way, but they said the lady was so kind. And next thing you know, I got a book signed by Nicholas Sparks for my 30th birthday. So this book is just super special because my parents really went out of their way to get it for me, and I want to have it somewhere other than the box, but I mean, I just don't want anything to happen to it, and with cats jumping on my shelves, dust, all that stuff, it's just safer in there for right now. And Safe Haven is my favorite of his stories so far, and that is why they asked to get this copy signed for me. So that is why this is like my ultimate special book that I own. Before I wrap this up, I just want to give a shout out to my shirt. It says Hawthorne University. It has to do with Ilsa Madden Mills' book Boyfriend Bargain. This shirt was just special to get while we're talking about special things because at Book Bonanza I had pre-ordered 2 books of hers. Now, pre-ordered just meaning before the event, so they knew to bring them and have them on hand. And Ilsa's helper had walked up to me while she was meeting other people, just asking if I had any pre-orders so she could get the books and everything ready. And then she was asking my shirt size after I told her, yes, I had books pre-ordered, and I didn't buy a shirt. She's like, no, you get it with your pre-order. It's just a gift for you. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I just thought that was super special because you can always use a new shirt to wear, right? So I just wanted to give a shout out to this shirt. And we're talking about special things that we own, and I find this to be special because it was so nice that they gave a shirt as well. So those books are the top 5 favorites that I own. Let me know, what are some books that are super special to you? Is it the book itself, who it came from, or the story that's involved with the book? And remember to do what makes you happy and read on. Bye guys.